Good morning, good morning. Okay, today is Friday, Erev Shabbos, November 21st. And today, we're holding today, Malachim Beis, Perek. Today is Yochanan Miller's birthday. Happy birthday. And out of the birthday, he's sponsoring for his company, No Way Chocolate. Everyone can try out the new merch. He's giving everyone samples. Anyone didn't get? No Way.
Thank you.
Today's share is sponsored for Shidduch for Yenta Freda Basara, Ahuva Bat Liba Bas Malka Freda, Malka Sivya, Adasha Shir Bas Rivka, Riva Bas Chaya, all for Shidduchim. Today's a special share. Okay, let's go. Chodesh. Okay, Pasuk Aleph. Today's a very, very interesting story of Naaman who got tzaraas. Let's just quickly, let's go. Okay. So we had in the earlier prakim, someone by the name of Naaman. Naaman, what happened was, he was a goy. Naaman was a goy. He was an Aram, and earlier we had when Melech Yisrael Achov got into war with Melech Aram. What happened was Naaman, by mistake, he was just fixing his bow and arrow, and suddenly by mistake he went ahead and he kills the Melech Yisrael. He kills Achov. Naaman kills Achov. Obviously, it was Hashem sent him, but he wasn't trying to aim, and suddenly he becomes the national hero in Aram. So that's the pasuk. Zok the pasuk. When Naaman tzaraas Melech Edom, he became the general because what? Pasuk off. When Naaman tzaraas Melech Edom, Melech Aram, Haya Ish Gadol Lefnei Adonav. He was a very, very chashav yid. Nice upon him, highly respected. Why? Kivay Nasan Hashem Shur Aram. Because through him, the victory came on Aram that he won the war with Melech Yisrael. And now, he was a mighty warrior, and it's like the pasuk, he's a Mitzayir. He had leprosy. Now, did he have leprosy? Didn't he? So some say that really he just had a skin disease. It wasn't really a Mitzayir because they say that tzaraas is only for a yid, and he was a guy, so a guy doesn't get tzaraas. Others say that this was a special time that he got tzaraas, and the reason why he got tzaraas was in order that Elisha could go now and make a kiddush Hashem. But we'll see in a minute what happens. So that's another possibility. But either way, let's go with the pshat that he got real tzaraas. Okay. Pasuk base. Now, Aram yatsu gedudim. Aram went out. They used to have with Kaisel these wars, like these small wars. So Aram went out and during one of these wars, the Yishbu Eretz Yisrael Narkatana. They took a captive from Eretz Yisrael. Maybe somewhere in, I don't know, somewhere in Eretz Yisrael, they got this little girl and they brought this girl to Aram. Now, but at the Lefnei Eshes Naaman. What? Oh, because Rashi is about that kasha. It says Yishuv Eretz Nara Katana. How can it be a Nara and then a Katana? So Rashi is about that kasha. Rashi says, you know why? Nara doesn't mean Nara. Rashi learns Nara is the name of a place. I don't know where it is on the map, but it's a city. That's what Rashi says there. Yeah, I mean the other way you can learn is Nakatana just means a young girl. You know, not literally. Anyways, so but this girl that's now a captive, she goes ahead and she becomes a mistress, a servant by the house of Naaman. So again, Naaman's wife, she works with Naaman's wife. Now, what happens? This girl, she tells her master, and she says, "Achayli Adoni." She says, "My master," she pleads. She says, "Why don't you, in other words, you Naaman, why don't you go Lefnei and Navi Hashem Shomron? Why don't you go to the Navi in the Shomron? And he'll cure you for tzaraas." Again, the girl's captive, and she's telling the master, "Why don't you go and go to Eretz Yisrael? You know, there's Elisha Kim, there's Elisha Navi, and he could go ahead and he's able to cure you." Okay. Pasidalit. Okay. But so now Naaman goes ahead and he tells his master, he says, "Lema, because a little girl in soul, she gave me an idea. You know, I have tzaraas and I'm in trouble. But listen, you know, at the end of the day, you know, there's a girl in Israel who might have a cure. Okay." The girl I saw, and she said, "What's the cure?" The cure is to go to Elisha and he would help us. Okay. So what does he do? Naaman goes to his master. So now Naaman tells us the Melech that he wants to go. So the Melech Aram says, "Go and come. I'm going to give you a letter to give to the king of Israel." And they take this letter in your hand, and now that also take with you when you go to Eretz Yisrael to meet the king, and maybe eventually you're going to go to Elisha. You should go and take with you a Esek Kika Kesev and take Sheisha Alaf and Zezov The Esa Khalifa is because to kind of like you go to the Melech as a respect, you give these gifts. Now, so again, what's happening is, and just to stay clear, what's happening? The Naaman is going now. Naaman is going to the Melech Yisrael to go ahead and get a cure through Elisha. The question is, and this is a very simple question, is why did he go directly? Why did Naaman go directly to Elisha? Why is he going to Melech Yisrael? So Heshi Tuman told me a good shot. He said a simple shot. We know that Elisha had the Gabbai. Who was the Gabbai? It was Gehazi. And Gehazi, he was very, very careful who Elisha saw. So possibly they ran out of connections. So we'll see. He sends a letter to Melech Yisrael. Then the Melech Yisrael is to make the connection to go to Elisha. Possibly a pshat. Okay. Pasuk Vav Yashkoyach Reb Heshi. Vayovoi HaSefer. So now the Melech Aram sends a letter. Melech Yisrael Leimar. He sends a letter and he says, V'ata koya sefer hazeh elecha. He writes and he says, when this letter reaches your hand, hine shalachti elecha, as Naaman avdi, v'savtoi mitzrata. You should cure him. Again, he sends a letter to the Melech Yisrael, and when this letter gets to you, you should go ahead and you should cure Naaman. So Pasuk Zay, Vayikray Melech Yisrael sefer, and he reads it, he thought it was a trick. He says in the letter that you, the Melech Yisrael, should cure him. How can I cure him? I'm not a Navi, I'm nobody. So he thought it was a trick in order to tell Melech Yisrael something they can't do, and then start a war. So that's the pasuk says. Pasuk says, he can cry Melech Yisrael the safe when he does kriya. But Yomi he says, what am I, Hashem? I can make people live and die. I can't do that. He must have sent this letter to you to cure this man. Because he knows he knows that what? It's an excuse to go ahead and to wage war against me. So the question is, why didn't he go ahead and think of Elisha? So why didn't he just say, so go to Elisha? Like, why is it a trick that he can't do? He could get the Navi to do it. So the Barbanel says the pshat was that he was such a Russian, they didn't even think of Elisha. He was just so, look like the Radak. The Radak says the pshat was a little simple, just that he was embarrassed to go to him. He figured he's the king. Why should I go to him? Like, he couldn't bring himself down to go to Elisha. So that's what it must be, that he's giving me something that I can't do. It must be Melech Haram wants to wage war on me, and what did he do? He did kriya. So now the word got out that he did kriya. Pasuk Ches. He can shmay Elisha the Kim. Elisha Heski Kar Melech Yisrael. The God of was national headlines that Melech Yehoram goes ahead and does kriya. So what happens? So now Elisha sends a message to Melech. He says, "Lama karas v'gadav. Why do you do kriya? I have a simple solution. Yavai na'ilai. Bring Naaman to me. You're there, and he will know. In other words, I'll cure him. Let them know that there's a Navi who could go ahead and cure. There's a famous Gemara in Zvachim and Gemara also in Erech that says that why does someone get tzaraas? So one of the reasons is because someone's about gaiva. So we'll see in a second, Naaman was a guy about gaiva. And because of that, is one of the reasons why he got the tzaraas. So now Elisha is going to go ahead and kind of very quickly lower his gaiva to the point that he has his total bittul, and that's how he's a cure him. So let's see the pasuk. Pasuk test. V'yavi Naaman b'susa v'rechbay v'yamin pesach beis Elisha. So now Abayis Elisha. So now Naaman quickly he wants to get rid of the tzaraas. Now he goes to the house of Elisha and he's by the door. Now he thought, just to understand, Naaman thought he got the royal welcome. He got all the limousines. No. What does Elisha do? Elisha just goes ahead and sends a message: do this and this. Doesn't even want to greet him. Nothing at all. And that made him very upset. We'll see in a second. Pasuk test. Yavi Naaman b'susa b'richbay v'yamin pesach beis Elisha. Fine. Pasuk Yod v'yishlach I love Elisha malach Hashem malach leima. So now Elisha sent a message to him saying, "Halach." Here's the solution. What's the solution? Halach v'tzach l'shav pam b'Yarden yeshuv v'sercha l'cha v'tahar. Simple. I have a simple solution. Go ahead and go toivel the Yarden 7 times. Very important. On the trip we have to go to Yarden. We have to go 7 times to Yarden. And you go in the Yarden 7 times. That's it. You'll be cured. That's the answer. Very, very simple. Okay? So now, when Naaman hears this message, he got very angry. He's like, this is the way he treats me? He says, but Naaman, he gets angry, and he left. He storms out. But Yomi says, I thought, in other words, that he'll get up and he'll stand for me, he'll give me all type of, come out, he'll give me covet, and he'll call out the name of Hashem, and what's he do? The magic trick for him, if Yodai al Makayim, and he's to wave his hands to a certain spot. And me, now we'll be cured. He thought like the Rebbe takes the towel and the Kishavana and the clouds go, all the hippie jibby. And he goes ahead and he doesn't want to look at me, doesn't give me the covenant. I'm a great about guy, and that's the way he treats me. He's very, very upset about it. What does he do? And he says more. He says, "Haloi toiv." Are they, in other words, the Yarden any better? Amana ufarfer noris domestic is any better than Amana Parpa, the rivers of domestic? Which haloi archatz behem betarti. I went many times in it, and became pure. Or maybe the Pshat means I went many times and my tzaraas didn't go away. But Yifan, and he's very angry about it. He says, "Why is he making a joke out of me? He didn't give me the cover I want." And he turns away and he leaves with anger. He's very, very angry about it. And Naaman is upset. What does he do now? So now his servants say, "What's the problem?" He said, "Look, my master, the Navi gave you a big thing to do. No, how they doesn't do it. He just told you, go in the river. What's the worst case scenario? Big deal. So go in the river, and I might go away. It might work. So do it." So what happens? He says, "You know what?" Naaman's like, I'll do it. The Yitva, Naaman goes and he's toivel, the Yarden, Shavam, he goes 7 times to Yarden. He listened. Finally, he was vatal himself. Why did tzaraas come from Balgaiva? Now he did the opposite. He did bittul. He went into the Yarden and he listened. And you know what? Kidvar Shalikim, like Elisha said, Yashem Besarei, and his skin got restored. It became clean, and it came Kibasar Nar Cotton Bitar. It came like literally like baby, pure, like clean. Probably better than before. Like literally smooth skin. And by the way, because he used a lotion of Nar Cotton. Okay. So now that Naaman gets cured, he goes back to Elisha, him and his whole entourage. The fun of it, and he stands in front of Elisha. You should know. There's no Hashem. There's no Elohim. That's it. He got the message. Sometimes you have many times we have over here. The case of the Navi, and he doesn't get the message. Here, Naaman gets cured. He gets the message. He says, "There's no one else. There's no other God. Only a Kadosh Baruch Hu. Now, please take a gift." This is the point. You should take a gift. I want to give you a gift. You did me a favor. You did me a miracle, and I want to give a gift for this. The Yomi Zok Elisha Chai Hashem fun of make a shvua ekach that I'm not taking a gift. But Yifsar boy lakas v'yimayin, and Nami went ahead and he said, "Please take it." He says, "No, I refuse. I'm not taking the gift." He refused. Why did he take it? So Rashi learns the reason why he take it because the avodah zarah was mixed into it, and he didn't want him anything to do with it. The Radak says he didn't want to do it because he wanted to show that I did a miracle for a miracle. I didn't do it for Kiddush Hashem. I didn't want to do it for Hashem. I didn't do it for any other reason. Okay, that's the reason why, and therefore he refused to do it. I saw another shot that he did it. He didn't want to take it because he didn't want it to be like, if you pressure me enough, I'm going to take it. So he made a shul. I'm not taking it. I'm out. There's no other reason. I'm out. Therefore, don't keep pushing me. He's afraid maybe the Yitzhar will get to him. So no, like a shul, I'm not doing it. Right. Okay. But we'll see in a second what happens. So meantime, he says, I'm not taking it. Don't take it. Now, okay. Yomi Naaman. Now Naaman says, Lo yutayna lavdecha masa temed fradim adama. So now Naaman says, I'm so inspired. He got so inspired. He says, "Do you mind?" He says, "I want to take a load of 2 mules. In other words, 2 animals worth of dirt. Because I'm no longer doing avodah zarah. I'm no longer do any other avodah zarah. So I want to make a mizbeach in Ben Aram. I want to go ahead and serve Hashem. So is it a problem if I go ahead and I don't know if he's asking? I'm not sure. 1 second. I think he's just saying, I want to take dirt for it, so I want to bring it to Rab. You see, you go with the guy who was the biggest Balgaiva to the most humble. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, Pasichas. He wants to take 2 loads worth of dirt. He's asking Elisha, if you let take me, I don't know why his permission, but he's saying, I want to take some dirt from Eretz Yisrael, I want to bring it to Aram to make him his bech. Okay. But he says, one thing I'll tell you, the Davar Azeh, Yisach Hashem Avdecha. One thing I want to ask Mechila in advance, I'm letting you know, my master, in other words, when Hadad, or whatever the Melech was, Aram, when he goes to serve the Rima in the avodah zarah, and he goes to bow down by avodah zarah, I lean on his hand. The way it was with avodah zarah, and the Melech was there, and then somehow the Melech leaned on Naaman. He was like his servant. He's saying, I'm going to do a shtickle by the Zara. And when he bows down, he bows down somehow with him because he's leaning on him. He's not. He's not. Naaman right now. Naaman right now. He's going ahead and bringing dirt. He's bringing dirt to make mizbeach, and he's coming to Baal Tshuva and whatever. The Gemara says he came and get Toshav. Okay. So anyways, when he goes back, he's saying I'm still doing a little of Avodah Zarah because the mice have a job, and my job is I work for the Melech, and the Melech is to go do Avodah Zarah, and he leans on me, so he's like I'm doing a little shtickle of Avodah Zarah also. He's the one. He's telling Elisha, I want to let you know, is that okay? So Elisha says that's okay. Seems like it says okay. And he goes kibras. All right, he goes from a faraway place. Now, how did he say he's allowed to do it? Is he not Avodah Zarah? So I think the pshat is I saw somewhere. The pshat is that he's not really doing Avodah Zarah. First of all, he's a guy, so it could be a guy. It could be a guy when there's no chil Hashem because there's no yidden around. So it could be in such a case, maybe it's not really called Avodah Zarah. Maybe he's allowed to do it passively. Okay, now the story of Gehazi. So what happened? Elisha says, I'm not taking anything, right? But Gehazi is like, 1 second. There's money on hand. There's money to be made over here. So but Yomer, Gehazi, not Elisha. So Gehazi said to himself, he says, wait, Ishali Kim, Hine Choshach Adayni, it's not Mene Ramti Hazav, Mikachas Miyadai, Eis Asha, Hevi. In other words, he's saying like this. He says, just now, the Naaman comes with all his money, and he didn't want to take it. I want the money. Hello. He's spared. In other words, he let Naaman get away with not giving money. So he's saying is by not taking it from his hand. So this that he brought. So Naaman went ahead and he got away without giving money. He says, Chai Hashem, I make a shvua ki im. There's no way that I'm taking it. I'm going to get the money from Naaman. There's money here. This is a classic case of a guy trying to take advantage. He said, look, the Rebbe doesn't want it. When the Rebbe's not looking, we're going to make a deal. Right. And this is exactly what happens, by the way. We'll see in a second. It gets even worse. Okay, what happens? So now Gehazi, so Naaman's leaving. He's ready. He's on the way out. And now Gehazi rushed over to Naaman. So now Naaman so Naaman sees that he's running after him. So what does he do? He jumped off his chariot and he wants to greet him. Gehazi figures like maybe Elisha wants to say something through the guy. How are you? Everything good? Yeah, Baruch Hashem, it's all good. He says, Elisha sent me to go catch you to let you know that that just literally you're leaving. What happened was someone came to me, two boys from Ephraim, made up a story. Two boys came from Ephraim and Bnei Anavim, from the famous Bnei Anavim. And is it possible they need some money? Maybe the Rebbe doesn't want the money, but there's a tzarech. Maybe you can work it out. Maybe it's a few dollars. So to know lahem kekar. Maybe you give us 1 silver of kasef, and maybe give me 2 sets of clothing for these people. So now Naaman suspected something's going on in it. So Naaman says, "Hoyel." It's like Rashi Loshin. He made a swear. He said he told him he suspected that because Elisha said that he's not taking money. So he says, make a shvua that he sent you. That the next few words, read it. So he says, Hoyel kach akikarim. He says, take 2 measures. In other words, why 1? Take double. If it's a tzarech. But in other words, once you make a shvua that's real, then take double. The yifrit's boy. So then the guy said, no, 1's enough. They said, no, you can take 2. It's like a whole kind of conversation. And what happens is, he took 2 kikar, not 1, like he wanted to give him. B'shtei charita with 2 bags. No, 2 bags. B'shtei chalifas b'gan and 2 sets of clothing. And goes ahead and he takes it. So now Gehazi takes the 2 kesef and he takes the 2 sets of clothing. But he gave it to this. Now, he gave it to the 2 servants of Naaman because Naaman didn't really trust him. So he was kind of going back with him with Naaman's servants to go back to see where it's going to go to see if he's real. Maybe he wasn't so trusting over here. And by Yisrael in front of him, and they carried it before him. So kind of the picture is you have Gehazi going back with the servants of Naaman towards his house with this money. What happens? The next part is very interesting. Okay, here's where the story gets really interesting. So now these 2 Nuav, they go to like a secret place, and now it sounds like and now Gehazi is okay. It's time to go. Why did he do that? Because he knew if he goes home to Elisha would say, "What's going on over here?" So he's like, "Yeah." For the go to this concealed secret place. Yeah, that's okay. But now he takes it from the room. He says, "That's it." But Yifkon Habayis, and he puts it in his house. He puts it in his house. And he says, "All right, Atzlacha Rabbah, gotta go." Now, so now he came in front of his master, Elisha. Love Elisha. So now Elisha tells Gehazi, from where are you coming from? What's going on? So basically, Chazal say that obviously Elisha knew the whole story from already because he's an Avi, and he gave him time to do tshuva. Admit what you did wrong. From where are you? Time to do tshuva. But what happened? No, he didn't do tshuva. I went, I didn't go anywhere. I just went to go. I'm good. It's all good. But Yomi love. Now, the Chazal say, the Gemara says it's Sanhedrin, that Elisha saw that the tzaraas of Naaman went on the head of Gehazi. And he knew, something's happening on him. He chapped, okay. He went on his head. He said, it must be that he went and took the gifts. So Elisha knew already. So there's something going on. Okay? But Yomei love, Loi libi halach, kasher hafach ish, amarkavai. The saying is, I was there when they had you chased Naaman on the way out. I was there, like I guess in spirit. I saw and he went look asecha. The ace kachas as a kesef. What's kachas begadim? What is this? I was there at the time that you took the silver, you took the begadim, and then he says more. And you went ahead and you bought with the money you took. You bought zaysim, kromim, tzoyin, bakar, avodah, shechais. You bought 6 different things. So not only did you go ahead and you took the money, you got a new lease on a car, you bought a new house, you took care of yourself, the Gabbai took care of himself. The Gemara says over here, it's a famous Gemara, the Gemara says that time, Elisha was learning the Gemara of Shema and Shratzim. And the Gemara, and he gave him a remez, what's Shema and Shratzim? He said he bought 6 different things, right? You bought the Zaysim, Kramim, Tzoyin, Bakar, Avad, Shulchas, Begad, right? And the Kesef and also the Begadim, that's 8. He gave him a remez, he said, look, you basically sold your Olam Haba. I'm learning with you the Gemara of Shema and Shratzim, and then you went ahead and you got 8 rewards for what we learned. So basically, Olam Haba is being sold here. All this chusm is going in that direction. So Gehazi is getting the message, and the tzaraas and Naaman is going on his fire, and Elisha giving him shtarka musar. Okay, and now also the Gemara brings down that Elisha saw the Ruach HaKodesh that the children of Gehazi are not going to be in the Derech Hashem, and also the Gehazi's children. I'm saying those to prep what happens in a second, and he saw that his children knew about the whole story. He took the money, and also he went ahead and they didn't say anything. Maybe because of all this, what happens? Tzaraas Naaman tivlek bach. The tzaraas of Naaman went on to him even more. No, I missed something here. It's like the tzaraas Naaman tivlek bach. Oh, so now Elisha is saying the tzaraas and Naaman should stay on you, but it should be on you and your children. Should always have tzaraas, right? And when that happened, he left. He was completely white like snow. Chazal say from here, right? There's 2 part Chazal. One Chazal is that Gehazi ultimately he ended up losing his Olam Haba. What happened was Elisha pushed him away. The Gemara says it should always be that you small daichek you mimikarev, right? And we learned this from here because when Elisha pushed him away, he pushed him away with 2 hands. To the point that he lost Olam Haba eventually because he kept going all different things. To the point that when we know a Rav Menavat made in Beitel and Don, he made about the Zara, the golden things. Gehazi figured a new contraption. He put magnets. The Gemara says. The Gemara brings down. He put magnets. The Gemara brings. They put magnets on the ground and in the Zara to make the Gachka move, to make it real. So he wanted to make the Zara look very, very realistic. So you see, and then ultimately speaking, one of the people, the Gemara says, "In a Chaykel Ma'aba is Gehazi." So you see the Yetzirah of money, how far it could take you. It's just and just one thing I just want to point out. Yesterday we had the Gemara that said that Gehazi he improperly he touched the Isha Shanamis. So the taina was, since Elisha didn't say anything, that's why he went ahead and did the next story. In other words, really Elisha should get Musa right away and said, that's it. But you didn't get Musa. One thing leads to the next, to the point that he went too far. So, anyways, that's the story of Gehazi. And tomorrow, or maybe on Monday, we'll do the story how suddenly there's a lot. The yeshiva was very tight because once Gehazi is out, and now everyone will meet the Rebbe. There's no more room. So the story of.
Wow.
All right, good Shabbos. All the best.